Hey all Wandertalers, my name's Kate McAllister and I am a travelholic. I'm from Bristol in the UK and the travel bug bit when I was 9 years old on my first ever trip abroad to France. My mum used to send me and my younger brother over the road to the boulangerie every morning to buy the croissants, and I loved speaking French and getting what I wanted in return. Little me saying, "Je voudrais 5 croissants, 4 pains au chocolat, 2 baguettes s'il vous plaît." I was hooked. I loved the food, I loved speaking a different language, and I loved interacting with the local people. I was determined to get abroad as much as I could, and so I got a weekend job when I was 13 and used it to pay for every school trip going. When I was 17, I went on my first independent trip to Prague and stayed in a hostel and never looked back. 40 countries, 5 continents, and 4 languages later, I speak Spanish, French, and Mandarin Chinese, and the travel bug is showing no signs of abating. Over the years, my inspiration for travel and how I like to travel has changed, but the love of it has never gone away. When I was a teenager, I was obsessed with visiting as many countries as I could, but after living abroad in Spain and Ecuador and China, I realised the joy of really getting to know a country and spending extended periods of time there. So now I prefer to go to less places and really get under the skin. My favourite thing to do when I'm travelling is eat. There is no better pleasure than food, and it is often one of the best and cheapest ways to get a feel for a country. I was recently in Colombia, and within 4 hours of arriving in Medellin, I had eaten all of the fried food. Bandeja paisa, buñuelo, a churro, an empanada, and arepa con queso. I thought I was going to have to roll myself off the plane back in the UK. I love being able to speak to people in their own language, and I have to admit that I get so much more out of travelling in places where I speak the language fluently. One of the weirdest experiences that I've ever had was in the countryside in Yunnan in China. I had gone on a hiking trip with 2 Dutch guys and a Welsh guy. Our guide didn't really speak that much English, and we were staying on mattresses on the floor of local people's houses. On our second night, we stayed in the house of the parents of the local policeman, who spent the whole night trying to prove how strong he was by picking up one of the 6-foot-tall Dutch boys. And on top of that, the local mayor turned up, intrigued that there were foreigners staying in the town, and proceeded to make us drink many, many shots of locally distilled baijiu, which is the Chinese liquor that tastes like paint stripper. All I can say is that you know you've had a good evening when your guide wakes you up to ask for the mayor's clothes back, as he now needs to go to work in the morning. And I know what you're thinking, but it was definitely the Welsh guy who was sleeping in them. So that's a little bit about me and why I love to travel, and I can't wait to hear more tales from all of you once the Wandertale app launches. But if you want to follow me in the meantime, I'm at where_next_Kate, and I'll be launching my own travel blog very soon. So watch this space and happy travels.